how did this initial hookup with Conor McGregor happen for you?
Well, what it is basically, obviously, you know, I'm a professional boxer, yeah? I've had a few ups and downs which hasn't enabled my career to progress as quick as it should. But now I'm back on form and everything. So it was just like a good idea. Basically, someone sort of put my name forward to him, basically saying, you know, like I'm a really good fighter. I just don't have the sort of like, how can I put it? I don't have the platform or anything like that, but I've got all the skills that the top boys have. You get where I'm coming from? I've got all the skills, the power, the speed, all of that. And I'm sort of a similar build to Floyd, similar build, similar height and that, and I've got quick hands. So I think his team, they sat on it, they fought on it, alongside, I spoke to one of my managers, and it just ended up happening like that.
Were you surprised at all when you first got that phone call?
Yes and no. I was surprised, of course. Yeah, more than surprised. I was actually I was grateful. More than using the word surprise, because to be honest, in my own head, I thought who better than myself to be able to imitate Floyd, or to be able to, like, do you get where I'm coming from? To be in a ring with him, like, before that fight, I thought who better. So I wasn't surprised as such. I was just more grateful, and I just thought, you know, thank God. You get me?
When you initially first heard about them talking about the possibility of Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor, I mean, it had to be at least a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, when they first started, you know, hinting that, hey, you know, this guy wants to fight him. Like, did that concept, did the idea of this MMA guy coming into the boxing world and fighting Floyd, did that surprise you, or had you already known that, you know, Conor, he's got a little bit of boxing background, so he might not be too bad?
Do you know what surprised me is the fact that boxing allowed it, and the reason why I say it surprised me is because there's a lot of politics in boxing. So I didn't think they would get the go-ahead. In my eyes, I thought it was a great idea. I thought it'd be great for the sport of boxing. It would be great for the sport of MMA. Since MMA and UFC started or whatever, like, we've always had the question, could an MMA man go into a boxing ring, or could a boxer go into the field of MMA? And look, James Toney went into the ring, the octagon with Randy Couture, yeah, and Randy Couture took him to bits. So therefore, it's 1-0. You understand? So now McGregor is going to get into the ring with Mayweather, and, you know, the best man on the night is going to win.
So what, I mean, again, I know you can't talk too much about, you know, what goes on in sparring and everything, but if you can just kind of explain what it is that fans, that people who may think he doesn't have a shot, what's one of the things that is misunderstood about Conor McGregor's boxing ability?
He's very, from what I was shocked when I got in the ring, that I had near 100 amateur fights. I've had 6, but I've always been in the gym. I've always sparred. I've been through it all. And do you know what? When I got in there, I was surprised. I was surprised with a lot of things. His skills, his heavy hands. Even, do you know what? I'll be honest. I was even quite surprised at the speed. His movement, amazing movement. Yeah, the movement is fantastic. Unorthodox movement is a major plus on his side. It's a major plus on his side.
How do you think his speed kind of you know, a lot of times when people talk about speed, especially in the welterweight division, obviously they talk about Manny Pacquiao. They even talk about, you know, your countryman, you know, Amir Khan. They talk about his hand speed and stuff like that. Does his hand speed translate to, you know, the same type of speed that some of those top boxers have?
Well, there's all different types of speed, and the speed that I'm more talking about, speed in my eye isn't always how quick you can move your arms or hands. Sometimes it's getting your power and your timing together. And if you get your power and your timing together and you volley a shot off on someone, then that can be classed as speed. It's not always. It's not always necessarily a speed of your hands. It's the speed of the mind. Do you understand? Of hold on, getting that sidestep or getting that unorthodox movement around you or something. Do you get where I'm coming from? There's all different types of speed that we're talking about here. I'm not just talking about, he can move his hands a million miles an hour, because at the end of the day, Floyd's been in there with people that can move their hands a million miles an hour. I'm talking about just the speed of the mind. The speed of the mind, and it's like, possibly of always thinking maybe 4 steps ahead of his opponent, if you get where I'm coming from. So that's more the kind of speed that I'm talking about there.